Hey traders, it's Tradiest Trades here. It's May 13th, and I am here to chat about crypto, all the things that I'm looking at, how to play Bitcoin primarily, and then some of the altcoins here. No investment advice, you guys, of course. Education, information, and entertainment is the sole purpose of this. No advising here. Okay, so well, you know that I've been bullish on Bitcoin. If you're in my Discord, you know that I've been bullish Bitcoin for several weeks. I'm still bullish on crypto. So as always, kind of start from the outside and start going down to the lower time frame. So monthly, we're in an upswing. We just put in a higher monthly low. I've marked this out here because this is the extension of this little short-term monthly swing. An extension of that would take us up to around 145,510. So I'm watching that. Then on the weekly, we're also very bullish. We've had basically all these bullish things happen. We had a bullish structure shift here. We shifted structure with the short-term swings on the weekly. We had both the 18 period MA and the 12-week Donchian trigger into a bullish market based on that trend following mechanism. So everything's bullish. So now, how do you play it, or how do I play it? More is how I should put it. So basically, the daily is in alignment with the weekly and the monthly. It's up. It's very bullish right now. We're in a bullish trend. So how would I get involved in this? So I'm looking for oversold pullback. So right now, like we had a 4 period percent R close below 50. So if Bitcoin rallies up to the highs here, that'd be a decent continuation long entry. So basically, I'm just watching my percent R and watching for oversold pullbacks. The best would come if it does indeed even bump into the 18 period MA. That's this blue line. That's a nice, really nice place to get long if we do pull back all the way to there. So now, Bitcoin is the coin I watch to just basically determine the general direction of the crypto market, but it doesn't always make sense to actually trade Bitcoin. Other times it makes sense to trade one of the altcoins. And right now I have my eye on ETH, Sol, and PEPE. They are they're starting to show strength relative to Bitcoin. So I've got the ETH BTC chart open here, and what this shows is ETH BTC just put in a swing low, so we see just getting destroyed relative to Bitcoin for quite some time. We finally confirmed a short-term monthly low, so that means monthly momentum is to the upside. Looking on the weekly, we've got the same thing. We are in a weekly upswing, still in a weekly downtrend. We haven't broken weekly structure. We haven't broken the 12-week high. Nothing too bullish about that. But the fact that the daily is now bullish in alignment with that monthly swing gives me enough reasons to say, hey, if we get a decent little pullback in crypto, we get oversold, I want to take longs on ETH instead of Bitcoin. So I'll show you why. So what we see here is I've got the 12 Donchian, which is this black line. This is the 12-day high of the high of the last 12 days. We see we've taken it out. That's usually a pretty good sign that the trend has changed. Have not got the full follow through on the 18 period MA, so we need to see ETH BTC trade up through this high, and if it does that, then we've got the 18 period moving average confirmation that we are in fact in a bull trend in ETH BTC. And then also that would be a confirmation using the 50 as well, because we got these two full range bars above the 50, and if you take out that high, that would be a confirmation of a 50-day bull trend as well. So what that means is basically, if this happens, well, it has already happened based on a 12 bar. I'd rather see the 18 period though give me that full confirmation. So if that does happen, ETH USDT longs are going to be my preference. Sol is looking similar as well. Solana. So we're in a monthly upswing, much like ETH, much stronger than ETH though. You see like ETH Sol BTC is nowhere near as weak as ETH BTC, but still they're both in a monthly upswing, so we have that monthly momentum to the upside. And what I think is really interesting about Solana is we've actually had a bullish structure shift on the weekly, so we've made a higher high here, so that is very bullish. So structure is shifting bullish. We still haven't had a 12-week high taken out, or a 12 or an 18 period moving average based on the weekly trend change, but still this looks very good. And then if we go in on the daily, we see that the daily is in a daily uptrend based on the 12 Donchian, and we've had follow through on Solana. We took out this range bar high, so we're the 18 bar uptrend as well. So basically, Solana looks really good. Now, XRP is starting to give signs of life as well. So we are waiting. I'd love to see, much more prefer to see April's high get taken out to confirm a higher low on the monthly. If that happens, I'll be adding XRP to my list of a crypto that is likely to outperform Bitcoin. But right now, it's not on the list. PEPE is on there. Looking at the monthly, we are in a monthly upswing. This is actually a super strong coin. It's really strong. Looking at the weekly, based on the structure, we've been the structure isn't showing on this chart for some reason, but we just put in a higher low and another higher low. Now we're putting in higher highs. We're taking out the 12-week high. So PEPE is incredibly strong relative to the price of Bitcoin. If we go in here on the daily, we see we're in a bullish trend, 1-2 bars above the 18 MA, and then we get follow through. That tells me that PEPE is going to outperform Bitcoin. So basically, that I've selected the list of ETH, SOL, and PEPE to focus on, and I'm using Bitcoin as my guide. So I want to see Bitcoin pull back. We start to get oversold, which, like I pointed out earlier in the video, we already kind of have. So if we do rally up to Monday's highs here, I would expect a decent rally in Ethereum, Solana, and PEPE. And that's where I'd be looking to put my positions on. So that's what I'm looking at crypto. Basically, be relatively bullish crypto until the bears show up and say, "Hey, it's time to sell," and that's definitely not happening. Not this week, for sure. It's possible that we will put in a swing high here at some point and we come down. But I'll also show you what I'm looking at. On the under the hood of this market, so to speak. We see the small speculators, the green line index, they were really short here down at the lows. Now they're starting to come across. So I don't think this move is done. I think this move, I'll start to be cautious on this move once this small spec line gets up into this extreme, once the small speculators are really crowded to the long side. We have seen some sell signals from sentiment getting too frothy, but you need to keep in mind sentiment readings work the best when they're in alignment with a dominant trend, and it's obvious Bitcoin is a strong uptrend. Bad bearish sentiment readings have been very close to the bottom and very nice buy signals. So basically, from that perspective, I'm going to wait for the small specs to get way more crowded. Looking at the daily chart for any signs of maybe a trend, like a short-term reversal here, we do see the the Progo diverging from price. So price making higher highs while the Progo makes lower lows. And we've also had a Progo trend line break here on the 12th yesterday. So that could imply that we're going to see some downward price action here. For the near term, but remember, I'm still super bullish, but this just kind of shows me perhaps we've got a little bit of downside coming for the next little while, possibly. Also show you some signals here, or some cycles. I'm not sure why they're not showing up here. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can get them to open back up. Where is my Bitcoin? Where's my Bitcoin cycle here? I had it open, which is kind of weird that it's disappeared. If I can't find it, I guess I'll have to say sorry. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. So we see we're in a daily cycle. This cycle appears to have inverted. So sometimes these cycles invert. So we're expecting a cyclical high here. Well, price had been coming down, so this was a time to expect a cyclical low, which it looks to be playing out, and that goes all the way until July. And there's a couple of cycles pointing towards July to August for a cyclical high. So here we have a weekly composite. So this is a composite of all the weekly cycles, the top 3 weekly cycles, I should say. Actually, I only used 2 in this one. So April up to September, bullish cycle. Here we got a 284-day cycle based on weekly data, so up till September. And then this is the big long-term cycle, 45.6 month cycle. We're technically at a cyclical top, but these things can translate to the left or the right, depending on how bullish or bearish something is. We're in a very strong uptrend here, so this might translate to the right. 83-day cycle, so we are at a cyclical high here based on an 83-day cycle. It could just mean more consolidation is at hand until we get till about June, early June, and then we rally into July/September. And then the 318-day cycle has a dominant low coming in June. So a bit of a mixed bag from the cycles perspective, but I just thought I'd show you guys that. Some of you I know are interested in cycles. So yeah, that's why I'm looking at it. Bitcoin, you guys, bullish until the bears tell me it's time to be bearish, and focusing on the alts, ETH, SOL, and PEPE, because they should outperform Bitcoin based on all the things I just showed you. So if you liked the video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you're looking at crypto. Maybe there's some other cryptos I should be watching. You should let me know if there's some other cryptos you'd like me to cover in this weekly crypto coverage. And yeah, shoot me an email as well, tradiustrades@gmail.com. I can get you into my free Discord. And hope you guys got some value out of this video. Hope you guys are making money in the crypto market. And until next time, you guys have a great week. Thanks.